Hey everyone, the St. George election this year is incredibly important. Go to votestg.com to see who's running and what they stand for, or visit us at our voter booth at Digby's Market, Red Rock Bicycles, or down in the park.
The party platforms don't match their historical platform.
No, they absolutely do not.
They don't. Those days, it's back in the day. It's funny because the Democrats used to be racists, and the Republicans were the ones fighting to end slavery, and then it flipped.
Okay,
so this is in the 60s. Well, it flipped. This legitimately was it. The KKK were dominated the Democratic Party.
Okay.
Back in their heyday,
yeah.
The KKK were Democrats, not Republicans.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think we've all seen the clips of Joe Biden talking in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just the funny thing is that we vote, like so many of the population vote this ticket thing, and then they don't realize that the party that they used to vote for has changed and no longer actually matches the values in which they started.
A lot of the people that look that vote on a Republican ticket, I really believe, really well align with a lot of the things that JFK ran on as a Democrat.
Yeah, I completely. So looking at if going back to what I was talking about with one party ticket, if you're going to vote along party lines, I think you really need to reassess this option, especially if you're in a state that's a single party like Utah. Is it Republicans historically dominate the election process, and the party is what runs, what runs these elections. They're the ones who put up Celeste Malloy, right? The party is the one who nominated her out of the convention, and then she won the ticket, right? They supported her, and she ended up winning the ticket. So if you're wanting a third party, if you're wanting a challenge to the system, the Libertarian Party is the challenge to those systems. Because if it's overwhelming Democrats and the Republicans never win, consider supporting a Libertarian at this point and see how we can get in those single party states an actual challenger to hold the politicians accountable to what they say in their campaign. They shouldn't just have this free ticket. She makes it out of the primary. She shouldn't just be like, well, I mailed it in, I'm going to win it now, right? It shouldn't be that way.
I agree with you on that. And it's and what's interesting, and I'm not endorsing any candidate or any party here at all, is that I talk to so many people though that would vote Republican, they're registered Republican, and then you ask them like, what are your political beliefs? And they say, I'm pretty libertarian. And I go, oh, you vote that way? No, they'll never, they're not going to win. It's like, yeah, okay, well, the part that to me is sad is that people just aren't paying attention to what is the, what are the stances of this particular candidate compared to just what's the party overall, right, as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I've enjoyed so much about the city council election process in St. George is because no one has a party affiliation. You really have to look at the candidate directly and say, what are the stances that they're running on, and what are they going to do for me? And by the way, what are they going to do for me right here in my own community, the places that I go use and visit every single day. And there's nothing to cloud the judgment of, well, so-and-so is a Democrat, or so-and-so is a Republican, or so-and-so is an independent. There is no party affiliation, so to speak, at this city council.
But
level.
they have belief systems, right?
They do, but it's a more interesting opportunity to go and analyze what those belief systems are and how they're gonna represent you
based on what the role of the city council is and the decisions that they will most likely be making over the course of the next 2 years, and the way that the city council can work together. And obviously the personal beliefs will play into that a little bit, but just the job of the city council is to work together to be that buffer, like we were talking about earlier, to be the buffer between private property and what's best for the community moving forward.
Yeah, they got to be able to paint the vision. It's a council of people that are coming from all of the different segments of our city, right? So and agree with me whether you agree with me or not. I think we should have representation of the entire community on the council. That's why there's 5 of them, right? Is that we should have somebody who's going to be hold these things more valuable than these things. It shouldn't be an echo chamber of one belief system. That's not effective.
We don't want 4 or 5 or even 3 people that think exactly the same way.
Yeah, I don't think that's healthy.
No,
that's
it's not going to be
That's
beneficial
bad at a local level.
Yeah.
But
The
we do
local
need
level
somebody
is
that's
where you-
willing. We need somebody who's willing to say, "Hey, I might not believe with 100% of what you believe in, but I'm going to move forward."